The Cape Crusaders in the house. She stole my thunder. We'll have interesting things to say from time to time. She's a fellow Canadian from Montreal, but thank you for coming in and thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Thank you for being here for the first time, and hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators that will come through. Today, everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The first channel that we're looking at today is somebody that I'm still getting to know, actually. This is Homestead in the Wood with D, along with Redneck T on the channel. And these creators are bringing us a lot of gardening more than anything else. They're actually building a garden, working on a garden. And one of the things that I always do when I'm about to feature a channel is go through some of their content all at once. And that helps me pick up on a couple of details that I might have otherwise missed in casually watching content over weeks and months prior. And one of the things that I talk about with a lot of creators is I'm a big family man. I believe in family first. And I see a lot of family togetherness on channels. Now, one of the things I noticed with Homestead in the Wood with D, literally like in the last video that I watched, was just an abundant amount of appreciation for the work that's being done between this husband and wife combo in the garden. And I just think that's wonderful, you know, because I think people can become complacent. I think everybody can use a little bit of a, I don't know, pat on the back if you want to call it that, but a little bit of appreciation. It's easy to let things go by a lot of the time, but that really struck me. So I just wanted to mention that. Like I said, this is a channel I'm still getting to know. But they're going to bring us a lot of garden updates. They do some canning, some other typical homesteading activities, a lot of outdoor footage here. They're growing all kinds of things like carrots, cucumbers, beets, and all kinds of stuff. They'll give you garden tours. And I noticed that they're taking part in the Fall Fest 23 giveaway as well, which is hosted by Gail's Southern Living, the same creator behind Broken Hearts Ministry, who's in the chat right now. So this channel as well, Homestead in the Wood with D, has also got some shorts already getting close to 3,000 views, which is great to see. And they continue to post. They're bringing a bit of variety in there as well. And live streams are something that they have been doing, it looks like, almost frequently. I haven't caught one of these yet. Like I said, this is still a channel I'm getting to know. I think that I went back to watch this because they celebrated a birthday a couple weeks ago. I can't remember for the life of me if I actually made it in there momentarily, but often I'm working and lurking at the same time. Lots of people do that, and I appreciate when anybody does it here. Doof Paranormal, thank you so much for that super chat. For that reason, we're going to put your channel up in another few moments here. That's Karen from Australia, and she has done that countless times. But I know that Coco Mojo 13 slipped in a super chat there as well before we got started. So thank you everybody for that extra generosity to get our stream started for today. We always put super chatters on the screen right away in order, and then members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. After a long period of time, usually 2 hours or so, we will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. And I have a robot in the background that helps keep up with that. Cruise Vet Adventures is in the house. I got quite a few names on the wheel. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position. He is a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family and seeming to be everywhere all the time. Michael's Adventures is another one of the 2 most supportive creators that I've met in my 6 years on YouTube. I can't help but talk about Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures together. And I don't think enough can be said about the appreciation that I have, because the other thing that I notice as well, and it goes unsaid, is that these creators are able to keep up the spirit of the Tuber Chat community even when we're not streaming, even when we have to skip a few days, even when they're out supporting others. Now, of course, every moderator here, every member here, every viewer, every single person that's a part of the Tuber Chat family, for which I'm grateful, has their own community. This is unique because every single person here has a channel, right? And everybody has a community for that reason. And even though everybody has their own community, their own culture, and eventually personality that comes through, it's because of a lot of creators who are here with us regularly, frequently, as often as they can be, like our moderators and many others. Canadian Family Life's here every day. I don't want to leave anybody out. Butler Family Farm's here every day. Just Jason Keto, Come Hither with Heather, is in Australia, so the time zones don't work, but they're here as often as they can be. And there's many others. Neil Collects lately has been here for every stream, and I really appreciate that. Now, I don't want to discount the idea of every moment that's spent here, because I really do appreciate that too. No matter whether you're just coming by to say hello or give a quick thumbs up or run the stream in the background, I know not everybody can be here every day, and I know not everybody can be here every time we stream, and it gets harder as your community gets bigger. But as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. Mike and Rihanna's adventures are with us just about every day. Rushing Wind Mountain is here regularly. Rambling with the Brooms is our newest moderator, and they're here as often as they can be as well. So again, I don't mean to leave anybody out. I know we've got a lot of creators. Mona Did What is in the house. Lisa J. Stocks is in the house. These creators are here with us frequently, and I know that through the comments that I see, not just here, but on other channels, people are still keeping the personality that makes the culture of this community continue to grow. I know you're spreading that everywhere that you go, and I really do appreciate that very, very much, because we continue to thrive. We're on the official road to 5K, and we're likely going to have it by Halloween, fingers crossed. So thank you, everybody, for that. I think it might be quite a bit earlier than that, actually. Cruise Vet Adventures, thank you for gifting a membership, by the way. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and I know Lisa J. Stocks will be happy to have that. She has been a member for quite some time, actually. So Cruise Vet Adventures is on our wheel, but we're treating those gifted memberships like Super Chats. And pardon me while I take a few minutes to get through our introductions here. And I got quite a bit to talk about as well. So get ready. Come Hither with Heather's in the house. We actually, I was very lucky yesterday to meet up with Drew's Adventures and Werner's Adventures in real life. They're from Australia. They were visiting Toronto. I met up with them on my personal channel, and we did a stream for about an hour while we ate breakfast, and I got to hear all about their 5-week vacation, both in the United States and Canada. That was great. I've got, pardon me, a few more names to add to the wheel, so I got to catch up. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, I'm going to put you on the wheel. Rushing Wind Mountain is in the house as well. I'm going to put them on the wheel, and we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then Emotion is here as a member and a moderator, as a matter of fact. All of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They have been for a long time, and they're all dear friends of each other. But they all have one overwhelming thing in common, which is their sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members in their communities, the same way that we do here. Forgive me, I know I missed another brand new channel. I'm just going to scan the chat and see if I can get back and catch it. And forgive me if I'm mistaken that it might not be brand new. Now, I know Cool Gamers here. I know Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is or was in the house. Oh, it might be too late, and forgive me. If it becomes too long in the chat, you can't scroll back and catch every message. But as long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to everybody. Killer Clown, Gaming Jory, good to see you in the house. Thank you for being here. Kimberly Gila, that was the channel I was hoping to mention. Thank you for being here. AceFlaw1 is Andy. He's been a dear friend of over 3.5 years. Canadian Family Life actually has their husband in the house as well. We know Tiffany very well, but her husband started his own channel, so we'll look at that when we put Canadian Family Life up on the screen. A longtime dear friend, Have Cheetah Will View, supports on all of my channels. That's Patrick, and it's great to have you in the house. King Morgan, good to see you here. Lady Navoa, good to see you in the house as well. Forgive me if I'm mistaken that this might be your first time here, but I feel like I recognize the name of the channel. And Savage Batman we've seen before. Blessed Mom, good to see you in the house as well. And Arise Shine Within is here, or might still be here. And again, I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Broken Hearts Ministry, I meant to put you on the wheel, and I can't seem to copy and paste as well as I usually do. I've let my desk become cluttered, and I'm running into everything while I try to use my mouse. I got to tidy up a little bit. I've had a long work week. There's Destination Fun and Trish the Natural. Good to see you both. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So we got a little bit of a list to go through before I start spinning the wheel, actually. She Stole My Thunder slipped in here quickly and dropped a super chat on their way passing through. Coco Mojo 13 dropped a super chat as well. Doof Doof Paranormal took over our stream boss position, and that's the video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of our stream boss. The last person to knock him out and take over get some extra exposure for a little while. And it's interesting to note that highlighted milestone messages count towards that as well. That's a free bonus for anybody who's a member on a channel where they're enabled. They fly through the chat like a super chat, and they are colored green for the members. And then AceFlaw1 is talking about swapping playlists. So the most important thing, of course, is people will always want somewhat of a fair trade. Now Superchat's community has grown well enough. We have some creators that are fairly new and have playlists just within a few hours, and then we've got gaming channels that stream almost 24 hours a day that have playlists that can get into almost weeks and even months. So you just want to be clear when you're doing that. But anybody's free to swap playlists here. Just please simply say I'm willing to swap playlists in the chat, like Just Jason Keto just did, and other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I haven't seen the channel or the video yet, but Scratch and PPA was talking about leaving a gift for Canadian Family Life Hubby channel, which is Tiffany's husband now, breaking off into a second channel there. And they, I saw Scratch and PPA just what I was setting up there in the chat, saying they've got one long video. It's perfect to connect with. So sure enough, they did. TCG fam, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Lady Navoa, yes, forgive me if I'm mistaken that this might be your first time, or if we've seen you before. But hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. And it is time for us to get to the next channel. When we look at Homestead in the Wood with D, we see a channel that came into the Tuber Chat family blazing with generosity and a lot of attendance. As a matter of fact, I've seen them out supporting other creators as well. They got 873 subscribers right now. They bring us typical homesteading content, including gardening outside, some canning and other homesteading activities, mail call videos, and they're part of the Fall Fest 23 giveaway collaboration as well. They got shorts hitting close to 3,000. And that's great to see already. 87 Chevy Caprice, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We've seen that channel before as well. So She Stole My Thunder dropped a super chat just as we were getting started there. And that is another fellow Canadian from the Montreal area. You see on her banner she talks about books, art, and movies as reviews, but she actually does a lot more on her channel. When we get into the videos, we can get through some of the variety and see what she does. She might be reading, she might be having a live stream where she hangs out with the chat, she might be talking about the trials and tribulations of a photographer trying to get good content while she's out in touristy type places like museums and galleries and things like that. This creator has over 190,000 photos in their Flickr account. You can get to that through the links on their YouTube channel, of course. They've got some shorts here, but they've just started with these, so these are just getting into a couple hundred views. They'll likely continue to grow as they post more and more. Live streams are frequent on this channel. I've got notifications on for a few of them, and we put notification bells on for every channel, of course. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. But she's got a couple of movie reviews coming up. One of the things she likes to do is help people understand how to make thumbnails and other graphics with a free program and app called Canva. It's a website or an app. I use it. I actually pay for a pro version now because I use it so much. And she will make thumbnails for other creators as well, which is great to see. Thank you, everybody, for those reminders on those thumbs up. Trish the Natural, thank you so much for renewing that membership. As a silver member, we actually see Trish the Natural every single day, whether she's here or not, in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. First Floor Audio, good to see you in the house from the UK. Thanks for coming in. I know it's pretty late for you. Wow, it's almost 3:30 in the morning. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to She Stole My Thunder. Obviously an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And next up, we're going to look at Coco Mojo 13. These creators dropped super chats on us, and I see that TCG Fam is about to do the same thing. She's done that countless times as well, so we're going to get that channel on the list and ready to go right after Cruise Vet Adventures, who gifted a membership, which Lisa J. Stocks picked up, which is really cool. And then Upload Ninja Clips. Oh yes, I saw that channel. Thank you for coming in. And Ben Cyan Game sent you over. Thank you for that. I believe I saw a comment from your channel, so it's great to have you in a live stream for the first time. Thank you, TCG fam. They often come by quickly. Sometimes they're able to spend a bit of time. They usually take us out to restaurants and things like that for mukbang style live streams and videos, so thank you for that, TCG fam. They've done that countless times, actually. For anybody that is brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Chocolate Drop is in the house, and let's get them onto the wheel right away. They happen to be a member, of course. Now, Coco Mojo 13 has an interesting story here because we actually met their in real life cousin right before them, and they were brought into the Tuberchat family by Big Dude, for which I'm grateful. I'm sure we all are, because they're actually both here as often as they can be. It's almost every day. There they are together in the very first thumbnail that we see on Coco Mojo 13's channel. We often see them together, and these two creators will inspire us in a spiritual way. When we get to their live streams, we see a lot of Bible study, and we'll look at Big Dude's channel in another moment here. And then we look at shorts on Coco Mojo 13, and he's already got into over 500 views. Those will likely continue to grow as he continues to post. A bit of variety in the videos here, but again, this creator is going to inspire us in a spiritual way more than anything else. So thank you again for the super chat. Coco Mojo 13 has already done that countless times as well. And you know, things like super chats and memberships here in Tuber Chat are absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. But we do keep everything open to everybody. So after a long period of time, very long, probably 2 hours or so, we will add some names to our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation in the chat. And I have a robot in the background that helps keep track of that. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yes, thank you, everybody, especially for, you know, these live streams that I do during the week often have no notice and are often set incredibly late because I can't be certain of start time. I try to get at least one weekday stream in, but my work takes me outdoors during the good weather months. I'm in the Eastern time zone in Southern Ontario, so we just kind of pop on whenever we can. So it makes it that much more that I appreciate everybody coming in, especially without that notice. I know you're likely coming in from notifications or seeing shares on other creators' channels, and I appreciate those as well. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Here's Big Dude. And like I said, this creator and Coco Mojo 13, who we just looked at, are cousins in real life, actually. And I put a big focus on channels that I see that come here in the Tuber Chat family that are in real life friends or family members, because the number one complaint I've gotten on YouTube over the last 6 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? And it makes it that much more special when creators like this are supporting each other wholeheartedly the way that Big Dude and Coco Mojo 13 do. They're often on each other's channels, as we've seen. Lots of shorts here. Some of these are tributes to public figures and celebrities, so we'll keep an eye on the channel, but they've also got a lot of live streams and a lot of Bible study here. Like I said, these two creators will both inspire us in a spiritual way, and they're both posting frequently, which is great to see as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with both of them. That's Big Dude and Coco Mojo 13. And Lori's Tech Time, yes, word up to you too. She has a couple of channels and she's active on the other social networks as well, but I'm going to put her channel on the wheel right now because she happens to be a member. And thank you one more time, Coco Mojo 13. Now Doof Doof Paranormal came in and dropped another super chat, and they've done that countless times already as well. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. This is Karen from Australia. She does quite a bit of streaming, as a matter of fact, and we had this influx a couple of years ago of paranormal type channels. Those can involve paranormal investigations or explorations of abandoned locations, and we actually had so many channels come through, and that community has expanded even here within the Tuber Chat family so much that I've actually been out on a few paranormal investigations. The two creators that I met up with yesterday that were here from Australia get involved in explorations of abandoned locations as well. Oh, and then yes, thank you, First Floor Audio. Super chats and memberships are absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. But Lee's done that many times. But I always appreciate every moment everybody comes in, even if you're just saying hello or dropping a thumbs up. The truth about this channel, though, and this chat is the magic happens in the chat. That's why the channel 3 years ago was called Tuber Chat, as opposed to Tuber Guy or Tuber Man or Tuber Community or whatever else we might have called it, because I understood already that the chat is really where everything goes down. I'm just here to talk for 2 hours. I know everybody likes to see channels on the screen, especially their own or, you know, other ones that they're familiar with and things like that. Some people like to be introduced to new creators. That's part of why we do it. But I'm really here just to talk while everybody's connecting in the chat, and that's what makes the magic work here, if we want to put it that way. Professional Paranormal Research is in the house. I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. They happen to be a member also. And we'll get around to spinning the wheel in another few minutes here. So Doof Doof Paranormal is going to bring us paranormal investigations, of course. I'm just going to grab their latest video. This looks like some cuts. It says fun bits from the streams this week. So I'm going to put that in a special playlist I have called Catch Up. That just helps me keep caught up with creators. And they post frequently, as we can see, usually at least once a week. They've got some shorts here. And one of the things I always mention with this channel is the production value of the shorts, because we're all hoping that we can, you know, just film simple things, throw them up as fast as we can, and gain tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views or more. But I believe that when we put production value between or into our shorts, we have an even better chance. That's just opinion, not set in stone. I definitely could be wrong. Of course, I've been corrected many times, and sometimes it's luck of the draw with these things. But Doof Doof Paranormal is putting a lot of production value into their shorts, and I hope you'll check those out to see what I'm talking about, because I was impressed as soon as I saw that. Professional Paranormal Research just gifted a membership, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. They've done that before. Andy Aceflaw1 picked that up, so he'll be excited, and that's a creator who happens to have been with me for 3.5 years now, since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Marketplace Boutique is here. I'm going to put them on the wheel also. And we'll continue talking about Doof Doof Paranormal. This is Karen from Australia. And 348 subscribers so far. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 we know they're thinking about. Hopefully I'll catch them for another live stream. They seem to be doing these about once a week as well. And then, like I said, that video that we saw was cutting some fun out of at least one of these streams, if not two, which is great to see. So I'll look forward to going and seeing that, almost like a highlight from a replay or something like that. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Doof Doof Paranormal. You can see this is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I wish for you to get some of that support coming back to you after you connect with them, of course. And then when we look at their About page, they're going to give us the the ins and outs of what they do on their channel. I always not laugh but giggle when I see a few creators talk about the fakery and the truth and things like that, because we know that that can be an issue, especially when it comes to polarizing content, things where there's a lot of opinion or difference of opinion, if we want to say that. So we'll look forward to finding more from Doof Doof Paranormal. And let's get ready to look at our next channel. So Cruise Vet Adventures gifted a membership as well. We're going to look at that channel next. We're going to go on break just for about 3.5 minutes. We do those frequently, and everybody can grab a drink or whatever you need. We'll be right back. And if anybody has not already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody is always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Thank you, Philip Lemon. And then we will get back to a couple more channels, and we'll start spinning the wheel shortly. All right, we're back and about to look at Cruise Vet Adventures. Neil Collects dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. We will look at that channel right after Professional Paranormal Research. He's done that many times. And we'll get to spinning the wheel shortly as well. Now, Cruise Vet Adventures, I can see I'm behind with your videos. They've got quite a bit of stuff here. First thing I'm going to do is take the latest video that you've got, put that in my catch-up list so that I can get caught up. Playlist can be a great tool for that. That's just a fun one that I use, named by our friend Ghostly Winds from Australia. Now, Cruise Vet Adventures, I noticed that you've hit your 1,000 subscribers, so congratulations. That's wonderful and a very important milestone. It must be very exciting, of course. And then Cruise Vet Adventures is somebody who gives us opinion and thorough reviews of the different aspects of cruising more than anything else, including ship tours, talk about the aspects of the cruises themselves, the for the life of me, what do we call the excursions? The name was escaping me for a quick second there. And Cruise Vet Adventures has actually been with us for a long time. This creator came in I always misjudge when I try to think about how long it's been. I feel like it's already been a year, and I could be mistaken about that, but they were one of the first creators to come in the last long while that started an influx of cruising and travel channels, so I really appreciate that, of course, and sending some friends over. First Floor Audio, Lee, thank you so much for another super chat. He's done that countless times as well. He let us know he's on a phone, not a computer, so he's we all know it's not as easy to tag everyone individually when we're on a phone, especially if I've ever been in your premiere or live stream and you've tried to say hello to TuberChat, connect and grow. I don't know how anybody has the patience to type it out, but I appreciate when you do. Kimberly Gillis still in the house, thanks for coming in. And Lady Navoa, hopefully I pronounced that right. And then, First Floor Audio is just about falling asleep. It's going to be another few minutes before we get to your channel, but we'll look in a few moments here. I still got a little bit of a list, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel shortly also. When we look at Cruise Vet Adventures, we also see they've got some shorts now performing into the 1,400 and 1,500 views, which is great to see. And then live streams. Oh, they just did one actually today. The Jays had a shutout today. I wasn't. I'm not the biggest sports fan in the world. I'm certainly not the person to ask for stats and standings and things like that. But a friend of ours went to the Toronto Blue Jays today. I don't know who they were playing. I don't recognize the logo well enough. But I checked in with Siri just to see, because I know we're going to talk about it tomorrow. And it turns out the Jays won 7-0 today, if I understood right. But it's great to see some variety here in the live streams, and they're streaming all the time by the look of it. Look at this, a few of them all yesterday, and then they're doing these frequently, and it looks like they got familiar faces on the channel. Of course, Eddie Lugo Studios is everywhere, and other familiar faces as well. But Cruise Vet Adventures has been with us a long time, and I was really impressed by the thorough reviews that he gives us about rooms and ships themselves and everything else. Metrosonic is in the house. They must have crossed their 17th YouTube anniversary. Is that right, Metrosonic? I think they're a 17-year veteran of YouTube now. It's 16 for sure, but I think it might be 17. And then Marketplace Boutique, talking about better shorts. Sometimes there's luck of the draw. We see creators film something on the fly and all of a sudden it just goes, which is great to see. Event-based stuff that is time sensitive can help, like grand openings or festivals and things like that, especially when you have big crowds. Lots of healthy looking shorts do really well. We see that on channels like Just Jason Keto with grilling videos and things like that. And then I was talking about Doof Doof Paranormal earlier because they put extra production value into their shorts. And I think that can be a key as well. When we really plan and consider these things in advance and put the extra time in, because you got to remember, they are videos, right? We put a lot of time and effort into our streams. It can seem easier than videos at times, because if you're doing a 2-hour live stream, it might take 15 minutes to get set up. The stream is 2 hours, and when you're done, you're done. You can go back and adjust the tags and things like that if you didn't set it up in advance. But to do even a 10-minute video from beginning to end, including filming, editing, planning, tags, and thumbnails and everything else, even after 6 years, can take somebody like me anywhere from 3 to 4 hours on average. Washington Nationals. Thank you, Together We Travel. Patrick Hollick, good to see you in the house. Another Canadian here. And Metrosonic, yes. August. There you go. 17 years. Since August 19th. 17 years on YouTube, my dear goodness. And thank you for sharing as well. So streaming, just like everything else, Lady Navo is just asking every day. Well, if you can post with any consistency, once a week always helps for consistency, whether it seems to be whether it's live streams or videos or shorts. Our dear friend Rambling with the Brooms will say posting twice a week on each of those, like 2 streams, 2 videos, 2 shorts, starts to really move your channel. So he's just talking about experience there, right? What he's seen, what he's experiencing himself. But from the beginning, for years now, I've said that as long as you're posting quality content once a week, and I really mean a video, but if you're streaming, that's great. If you're posting shorts, that's great too, because that's only been around for the last, I guess it's all getting on 2 years now, I think it is, right? And consistency is key, but every time I take a week off of any channel, whether it's mine or somebody else's, some of you know I run a few channels, I used to run a few more, but every time we take a week off or miss a video, it takes a month to get the momentum back, every single time. So once a week is really key. If you're not already there, that's okay. You just want to plan to get there as fast as you can, right? You don't want to compromise quality for speed, but if you can get to a point where you're posting a quality piece of content every week, and it's not up to me or anybody else to decide what quality is, it's up to you, but everybody knows what I'm talking about, that's enough to get your channel to start moving organically. And then Lady Navoa, after a little while, your channel's going to have a section in the analytics, in the audience tab, that's going to tell you when the best time to post for you is. What I often say is that when in doubt, when you're posting videos, if you're unsure, then you want to put them out at 9 a.m. your time. And then when it comes to premieres and live streams, you might want to do it in the afternoons. On all of the channels that I run, the afternoons, let's say from 12 p.m. to about 6 or 7 p.m. are the heaviest traffic, sometimes later in the afternoon. But what you're hoping to do is catch the traffic all the way up. So if you are premiering or live streaming, you want the biggest audience you can get every single time. Doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 3, 5 or 1,700 people in the chat. It doesn't matter. You just want to aim for the best that you can. When it comes to videos, you can post those a little bit earlier because you want to catch the traffic all the way up during the day. So these are just ideas. It's not set in stone. I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. Even when it sounds like I'm doing that, what I intend is just to bring my own experience and opinion to the table so that we can all discuss it here in the chat, and then we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. So I always appreciate when everybody chimes in on that stuff as well. And then the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, thank you for dropping that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Forgive me for anything I'm missing in the chat. I know I miss a lot, especially when I'm talking, but if I have mentioned something specific that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And this is the trouble with when we're streaming here, as I race through the bite-sized little nuggets of information that we go through here as fast as I can. I haven't done nearly as many panels as I expected to this year. My work season has just like really been overwhelming, and it seems to never rain. At least not on the days I gotta work. So I haven't done enough panels where usually, like the Stock Explorer, I did one a few months ago. Even Rambling with the Brooms asked me to come on Friday night, but Fridays are almost impossible for me right now. That might ease up in a little while, but I'm unsure. But the last time I talked to the Stock Explorer, let's say, on their channel, we did a stream for 2 hours talking about YouTube, and we can get into a lot more detail there. And 50,000 right now, which is great. Lady Navoa. Let me just have a look at that channel in the background here for a quick second. I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. When I look for your, when I look at your channel, at least with the go to channel link, it comes up as channel with no videos. For some reason, I think something is incorrect here. And forgive me while I do this in the background. Yeah, just please let me know if you have another channel. Sometimes creators come in and they've got 2 channels. What they're doing is, we don't do it here and in Tuber Chat, but what sometimes people will do is they'll say like, hey, I've got another channel, go subscribe to that. I'll subscribe to you with this, because they don't want to subscribe to a lot of channels. They think it looks better when they're just have subscribers and don't subscribe to people, but we don't do that here. I'm not sure if that's it. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Winter's coming soon. Yeah, it's true. Canadian family life. Hopefully the winter won't get away from me. December will be here soon. And then, yeah, Lady Novo, I just looked at your channel, but I'm not sure what you mean by 50 plus K there. And Roadhog, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I think they dropped a video a few minutes ago. I saw a notification before, right before starting Tuber Chat when I was setting up. They post frequently, actually. So forgive me. I know I've been really tied up talking again today. And Knowledge and Relationships, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And TCG Fam is up here right now. They dropped a super chat on us, so we're looking at them right away. This creator brings us out often for a lot of mukbang style meals or snacks or food reviews and things like that. As you can see, you get that idea right away from their thumbnails. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I know this one is very short, but they post frequently. I've got notifications on for a few premieres now. We always set notifications for everything we see, whether they are live streams or premieres. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Just going to try to catch up with a bunch of these, actually. They really do a great job of posting in advance, similar to Michael's Adventures. He's usually a month or two in advance. Shorts on this channel, they've just started, but one of them's gotten over 600, which is great, so hopefully that continues. And then live streams are frequent. I've caught them many times. It's been a little while, but hopefully I'll catch them again very soon. We've always got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And of course, I've got the notification bell on. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, forgive me while I try to race through a couple things here. So TCG Fam dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times. Professional Paranormal Research gifted a membership, and I really do appreciate that. And for that reason, we're looking at their channel right now. We're treating those gifted memberships like super chats. And then when we look at Professional Paranormal Research's channel, we're going to see somebody who's very active, as a matter of fact, not only here in Tuber Chat, but I run into them supporting other creators all the time. Let's have a look at their videos. They just posted something today, right as Tuber Chat was starting. Let's put that in our catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. Playlists can be a great tool for that. Shorts videos here, they've just got a few, but one of them's already at 2,400, which is great to see. And then they've got live streams that happen frequently. Looks like they're doing these a couple times a week, and I've got my notification on to hopefully catch them. That one's going to be actually a few days from now, but it's great that they're posting in advance. So as well, they're officially on the road to 2K. We always say you're on a road when you get to a 100 milestone, and they've passed 1,900. They're almost halfway to 2K then. Lulu's Treasure Trove, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I think I missed Mr. Fulton Mraz saying something earlier in the stream, and Cool Gamer was here. I'm not sure how long they're here. They're usually here in the very beginning. Thank you, Lee. I'm going to get to your channel in another moment. Neil Collects is coming up. Thank you again, Professional Paranormal Research. I really do appreciate that extra generosity. And Neil Collects is up on the screen too now. They dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times. And Neil Collects has been here just about every day lately. Day One Adventures. Am I right when I say that your channel... oh, forgive me if I'm wrong about this. I don't like to say things when I'm unsure. I think that they just told me that they hit... Actually, let me look in the background before I say something silly. I know they just hit a milestone. Pardon me, I'm clicking everything and nothing wants to work for me here for a quick second. They just hit a milestone. Oh, 800, yes. 800 subscribers, which is wonderful for Day One Adventures. Goshlin Gotcha 3004. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I know you've been here a few times before. Angela Cruz. Good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right as well. And forgive me if I already asked you and I made a mistake there. Yeah, I wonder. I always want to pronounce everybody's channel the way they want it pronounced. I've made several mistakes, and I always appreciate when people correct me, because you want your branding, especially when we're talking about your channel, to come across. So Neil Collects is up here. This creator actually does a lot of collecting of a lot of different things. So they do numismatic collectible coins, they do trading cards, they do action figures, just about anything that can be collected. Look at that, a special thank you video for Granny Filming again, which is great to see. She's a wonderful supporter here. I'm just going to grab your latest video though, the Coca-Cola card, and you've got some giveaway winners in that video. I've put that in my catch-up list. I see that you've got some shorts videos as well that have performed into the 3,000, 4,000, and even well above 5,000 views, which is great to see. Lots of interesting things here. Of course, we figure we're going to see pop Funko figures and things like that. But a lot of variety comes from Neil Collects, and this creator's incredibly supportive. They're here with us just about every day. They've got some video gameplay on their channel, and they're really mixing things up. So we'll see what they're going to do for a game show that they've got to tease us with there as a live stream coming up in a few days. So hopefully everybody will connect with Neil Collects and push this creator towards the 1,200 subscribers that they're thinking about. Ben Cyan Games, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Kraus House, yes, Angela Kraus. Okay, forgive me if I mispronounced that when you first came in, and I think you told me that before, so I appreciate your patience with that. Oh, yeah, Michael's Adventures might have caught that. I think he said he was gonna, he said something right before we started about catching the moon. I was off the news and everything else today, and I get 99% of my news from my friends' Facebook messages now anyway, and Instagram, so I don't really know what's going on some of the time. But we'll be looking forward to those for anybody that caught it. First Floor Audio's up here. This is Lee. He's a talented music producer and performer. As a matter of fact, if you can catch him for a live stream, he'll let us influence and interact with him while he produces, and performs. You might find him playing, you might find him singing. All of his music is available as individual videos on his channel for us to enjoy, but he has a series of live streams called Radio 1FA, and this is usually where he features all of his music as compilations. He's got a few different series of live streams. He often has StreamYard panelists coming up with him, and he will draw you right into the content when you catch him for one of those. The shorts are usually made to promote the other videos or streams, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with First Floor Audio and pushing them towards the 1,300 subscribers that they're thinking about. Lee is here with us frequently. Every day that he can be. He's in the UK, so it's probably 4 in the morning for him right now, and if he's not already asleep, he will likely be in a second. And let's look at our next channel. But thank you again, Lee, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. And forgive me for anybody who I haven't thanked appropriately. I'm trying to race now today, and I really do appreciate all this extra generous support to get us going, though. Ben Cyan Games actually took over our stream boss position with that highlighted milestone message, so that's a little bit of a hint to any of our members. Those highlighted milestone messages that fly through the chat like a super chat but are colored green for the members are actually a free bonus for anybody who's an official member on any channel where they're enabled. So it's interesting to know that they knock out a little bit of life off of the stream boss as well. And then, yes, thank you again, Lee. So, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch is up here. This is Susan, and every time I look at this channel, my heart just drops a little bit because I haven't been able to be in her live streams. My work season has taken me out while she's live for the last many weeks, but I was lucky to catch her many times. She's got an action-packed show. She does a lot more than live streaming on her channel. And I see the Stock Explorer coming in again. They were live earlier today. I was only able to come in and say hello. I wasn't even able to stay. Stock Explorer knows I end up working a few days a week outdoors, and I do horrible, awful work that I wouldn't wish on anybody. It's usually not that bad because it's only for a few hours at a time of like really hard stuff, but we're doing concrete work this week, and you can hear the whining in my voice while I'm talking about it because it's my least favorite thing to do. I lost my voice last year because of it, as a matter of fact, but we're not doing that much tomorrow and today. We're prepping today. Tomorrow's pouring. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Kid Wonder has been a dear friend of over 3.5 years. So much so, as a matter of fact, he was supporting during the beginnings when Tuber Chat was even just a thought. And before so, that he was actually the first channel to be chosen out of the Tuber Chat family to be featured on episode number 2. And it's interesting, after all of this time, 600 episodes of Tuber Chat in 3 years, that he's still coming by to connect with creators the right way. Marketplace Boutique, it can be. It can be. As a matter of fact, so forgive me, because I should be moving on to channels here. But if you think about concrete, so I work for what we call a construction company, but it's really just light construction that we do. We do a lot of safety stuff. When people have trip hazards and stuff, we fix it. But it's really just a guy with a truck, and then well, sometimes we have an extra hand. Otherwise, it's just me and him working. So the work can't be that hard because it can't be beyond a 2 or 3 man job or person job, let's say. But tomorrow, I'm expecting to mix 30 bags of concrete or something like that. And it doesn't sound that terrible when you think about it, but the next time you're in Home Depot, just go have a look at one of those bags and remind yourself just how much they weigh. Because I got to lift them all up over the shoulder, so poor me, right? It's not that terrible. Life will be just fine. But I look forward to Tuber Chat a lot more than I look forward to outdoor work, let's just say. And thank you, everybody, for putting up with my silliness while we're in between channels. Susan has been a dear friend for a long time, and she's monetized. Forgive me for not being sure. She might have crossed her 4,000 hours of watch time. It was going to be any moment the other day. And she might have crossed it now, but she's been monetized a little while under the new system, but she already had her 1,000 subscribers, so she crossed 3,000 hours quite a while ago. Mr. Milton Mraz, good to see you in the house. He's also a friend of 3.5 years before Tuber Chat was even a thought, and he always has good news for us in the chat. I've got him and Kid Wonder on the wheel because they both happen to be members also. Kid Wonder, as a matter of fact, is a gold member, so we see their channel every single day in the slides that run in between the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, if that makes sense. And then their link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so. Kathy Payne, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Roadhog, the ones I have to lift, some of them, the cement is 80 pounds or something like that. The concrete, I forget how much they are. They're more than I thought they were last year. I snapped when I found out how much they weighed. Can't remember. Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Oh, yeah, have Cheetah View. I don't wish that on anybody. Yeah, we use Sacrete more than anything else. Micah and Mira, good to see you in the house. Kingdom Minded, good to have you here. It's me, Alec. Good to see you in the house as well. Thank you, everybody. I even, I appreciate every moment, even if you're just coming by quickly. Forgive me, Susan. I am really butchering my talking of your channel today. But the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, like I said, has been a dear friend for a long time. So that's Susan that you see in the thumbnails on the channel. She's got some shorts. So let's look at those first because we see them front and center on the channel. These have started to get into 700 and almost 800 views. Those will likely continue to grow as well. Yeah, Neil collects. I never look forward to it. Venom for Life, good to see you in the house. And here's the live stream. So this is what I'm talking about. Susan has an action-packed show. Now, I haven't been able to catch her for, look at this, a month now. And she does these at least once a week. But she gets into devotionals to inspire us in a spiritual way to begin with. Then she will talk about a lot of newsworthy content. So she gives us a platform where we can discuss a lot of current events and things like that, and it's a vibrant conversation that happens, and she really keeps up on a lot of different things, as a matter of fact. And then she'll introduce us to other creators on StreamYard panels. Sometimes she brings on other performers for music and things like that to further inspire us in a spiritual way. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I know you will appreciate the support that comes back from her, but she has been a dear friend. I say a lot of different things about a lot of creators, and one of the biggest things, probably the number one thing I hear from creators that's their most enjoyable aspect of the YouTube journey are the friendships that are made along the way. And I'm so grateful for the friendships that I personally have made and continue to flourish. But the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch is somebody who cares very much about her YouTube community and those of us here in Tuber Chat as well. So I hope you'll connect with her. Thank you again for another Super Chat. She's done that countless times. And I think it's almost time for us to spin the wheel. So we're going to go for 3 minutes. We'll come right back. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. We will go for 3.5 minutes, but we still got 2 hours to go. Oh, I don't even know what I said. Hopefully I didn't say anything too terrible. Thank you, Canadian Family Life. Yeah, I more often I make the mistake of not unmuting the mic than I do of muting it. I have no idea what I might have said during the break there. I usually don't go off on tangents and rants or anything like that. So a couple people here have caught me saying a word or two that I shouldn't have said, but that's only because the internet went out for like 10 streams in a row and I was snapping, and I thought I was off, but luckily I caught that and was able to wipe it out, so there's no proof that ever happened. Otherwise, when I was, I forget how old I might have been, but it had to be around 16, 17, or 18. I started working full-time at 15. I took a full-time summer job at 15, so 40 hours a week. And then at 16, I took a full-time job that became something I kept for what I think was 5 years, 6 years. And while going to school, still I was doing that. But I remember asking my father, I said, I find myself talking to myself out loud. And he goes, yeah, that's because you work for a living now. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I wonder if that's what the story is. So whether we're thinking out loud or actually talking to ourselves. And then somebody said, as long as you're not answering yourself, you're okay. And I think I might do that too once in a while. And then, slamming my mug around from Corinne's Life from Lighthouse and Anchor Designs. Yeah, I didn't even know. As soon as Canadian Family Life said your mic is on, I wasn't sure whether I actually said anything or not. So this is Susan, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Forgive me, I was supposed to spin the wheel before we went on break there, but I didn't. So we'll see who's coming up. Home Bartending with John. It's good to see you back in the house. Pardon me, I was lucky to have had a message or two back and forth with him just a little while ago, just a couple of weeks ago, and he let us know he was going to be back shortly. It's been a little while, but it's good to see him. Home Bartending with John has been incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Now, the next channel that we're going to look at happens to be a member and a moderator. So this is Emotion. When I look for this channel, though, I type in Emotion New Soul. When we find channels that have really popular names, especially when they're really short, these channels can struggle with the search results a little bit longer than the majority. So I find that most channels get to #1 for their name almost everywhere after they get to about 800 subscribers. But the channels that have the hardest time being found are the ones who need our help the most. And this is why searching, finding, and clicking on each other's channels really helps. You can imagine that after hundreds of creators eventually over months will search, find, and click on your channel, you rise up the search results, and YouTube will eventually do a better job of predicting when we're looking for Emotion or some other channel. So this creator's been a dear friend for a very long time. Like I said, they're here as a member and a moderator. They also happen to have an official artist channel. They are a talented singer and songwriter. And they bring us their original works primarily in music videos. Sometimes there are compilations. Sometimes there are live streams where they give us a literal live performance. They just did that last week, as a matter of fact, and that was for Emotion's birthday just a week ago. And this creator also rounds out the channel with reaction videos and some shorts, and even the shorts videos have gotten into 1,300 and 1,600 views over here. Now, he's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And it's interesting because now, you know, Superchat started just over 3 years ago. I guess it's getting close to 3.5 years now. But when we started, it wasn't too long before we found a lot of friends who are still with us to this day. And Emotion is one of these friends of like 3 years now, close to it. And it's interesting to see 220 videos on a channel. We've got friends, Michael's Adventures, I think, has 3,000. Lots of creators have like even into 100 videos without too much time from starting their channel. Now, that's not a race, of course, but I'm just really happy to see how far some channels have come, right? When you think about your beginnings and then you think about where you are today, would you have even guessed that you, like, did you have 220 ideas for videos before you started? Because my guess is for most people that wasn't the thought at all. But it's good to see that we're there now. So, Writing with Emotion New Soul is a complimentary channel, and this is where we get to see not only how the music is made, but a better look at the man behind the music as well. And then he rounds out this channel with some more compilations, shorts, and reaction videos also. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with him on both channels. He's got 786 subscribers over here. He's likely excited about the new monetization graduation system that will see creators monetized on channels after 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time as opposed to 4,000. Hard to believe, but I promise you it's gotten easier as time has gone on. I've been on YouTube for about 6.5 years now, and I promise you it is much, I don't want to say easy, but let's just say easier than it was. Not to mention, when I had started on YouTube, there was no such thing as communities like this. They came up about 4 years ago. Superchat is not the first. I was inspired by many other creators who are still friends today, lots who've helped us, and especially in the beginning. Let's look at Michael's Adventures right now, as a matter of fact. Now, this is another creator who happens to be a moderator and a member. So every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine, and they have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other, and they all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of them for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members the very same way that we do here on any of their channels. Embarkation Nation, good to see you in the house. Whispers from the Dark, good to see you here also. Michael's Adventures now has over 1,200 subscribers, and like I said, well over 3,000 videos, over 3,200 now, if you can believe it. He posts every day, and lately almost multiple times a day. So I didn't catch exactly what he meant at the beginning of the stream here before we started, but he said something about catching the moon. And now that Ben Cyan Games has mentioned it, I'm assuming that something was going on with the moon today, and likely we'll see a bunch of videos popping up. So hopefully Michael's Adventures will get that up as quick as he can. This creator, like I said, premieres every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, but then also sometimes multiple times a day. Like this one here. We've got a few here, 8 p.m. These are planned for over a few days and this and that. So Michael's Adventures will most often bring us wildlife, and he brings raccoons, deer, foxes, sometimes bird watching. He takes us out for a look around his area. Here's an interesting different kind of video as well. Now, I got notifications on for everything, but I'm hoping I can catch this one. Yeah, depending on how the workday goes tomorrow, I might be able to catch that, just barely. So I'll look forward to that because it's a different kind of video. So he sometimes will give us a story to be told. He likes to take us to places like graveyards and cemeteries and things like that as well. When we look at the shorts, we see a little bit more variety as well. Lots of lottery scratch tickets, a few new ones, I think, in the last couple of days. And then some of these have gotten into 1,300 and 1,600 views, but one of them over 6,200, a slot game on a tablet, if I'm right about that. And Blue Moon with Saturn. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, a super blue moon, says Ben Cyan Games as well. Canadian Family Life also. So thank you for that. Yeah, I didn't know. I guess I've been off the news longer than I thought I was. Some of that gets draining. Not obviously talking about blue moons and stuff like that, but the whole, all the polarizing content that we have to deal with that's out there every day. And the internet, I find, makes it pretty loud. So sometimes I just avoid it. I find myself in the car or whatever driving and not listening to anything at all. If I'm not in the mood for music, I used to put on the radio, like for news or whatever, and sometimes I just don't want to hear it. And that's not always, it's better to be up, at least know what's going on in the world to a point. But I missed out on that, so I'm glad that we have a couple of YouTube friends that will likely be able to bring us a look, including Michael's Adventures. And then Roadhog is up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They bring us scrap metal work, and they refurbish a lot of products as well. Let's look at the shorts first, and then I'll talk about their About page and how they describe their channel to us. They've got 1,900 views on a couple of these, which is great, and 2,400 on one of them. So they keep posting frequently, both videos and shorts, as a matter of fact. When we look at their videos, we see a bit of variety here, and I'll describe to you what I meant. They've been doing a few of these grilling videos lately. I'm going to put this in my ketchup list. Some bacon burgers there, and I see a nice big pizza, my favorite thing, of course. A lot of refurbishing goes on here, and they take us for some scrap metal hunting. Also, when we look at the About page, they let us know everything in their videos was found in the trash. They've really added to their About page over a long period of time, and that's something that's recommended for anybody, because of course every single thing on our channels is part of the algorithm, and this is the kind of thing that can help you get found, right? Especially if you have a well-written description with some keywords in there that match some of your titles, descriptions, tags, and things like that. This creator also has done a couple of live streams, but we'll keep an eye on the channel and see if they're going to continue. They're working on 600 subscribers right now, and we've always got the notification bell on for everybody. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Have Cheetah Will View says pizza is life. Absolutely, yes. I used to think that my favorite food in the world was lasagna, which I can make, but I've eaten a lot more pizza than I've eaten lasagna, and it seems to be a default. I'm trying to get away from it. I haven't been doing pizza every week. But I do it often during the work week. We do that usually on Thursdays. I'm outdoors Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By the time Thursday comes around, we're like, I don't know if we want to fire up the barbecue and all that stuff, or if we just want something fast. Let's just get our work done and everything else. Timmy Ray the King, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I do like my pizza loaded with toppings, as many as possible. If it's not going to be just pepperoni, then I want it to be like a meal. As a matter of fact, for those of you who are curious, pepperoni, tomato, mushroom, green pepper, onion in almost every case. So, as a matter of fact, I even order in a specific way. When the guy answers the phone from the pizza place that I call most often, as soon as they answer the phone, I say, I want to place an order. I'll come and pick it up. And as soon as they say, okay, what do you want to order? I say large, 5 toppings. And the reason why I say that is so they know who it is right away. I have to say my name. They don't have to know they don't have to remember, because not all of them know. But as soon as one of them starts saying, okay, large 5 toppings, even if I don't know the person that answered the phone, somebody is going to hear them say that and say, I know that guy. He wants his 5 toppings, pepperoni, tomato, mushroom, onion, and green pepper, and well done. Always well done, or when possible. So forgive my silliness again. As you can see, I miss Tuber Chat when we're not here, and my chance to tell stories. So Lisa J. Stocks is up here right now. She's going to talk to us about our finances, thank goodness, so we can afford a little more pizza and other things in our lives. Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize not only the income that we are dealing with right now, but the revenue that we might have come in from our YouTube channels and our businesses surrounding them as well. Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us with the fundamentals in stock investing and some of the terminology like dollar cost averaging, the idea behind dividends. She's very forthcoming about her own stock plays and portfolio. But she also talks about motivation when it comes to saving for the purpose of affording to invest, for instance. A lot of times, unfortunately, I think investing is not done for fear of not being able to afford it or other things taking priority and things like that. But Lisa J. Stocks will help us with some motivation in that way as well. Tips and tricks, and is posting every single day, including today. I'm just going to grab their latest video and put this in my catch-up list. Looks like they're talking about higher credit card fees. Yes, you know, back in I don't know, 100 years ago when I was a little bit younger, we had bank fees and things like that. Just, you know, they always seem horrifying, no matter where inflation is and our dollar and stuff like that. But, you know, it just grows and grows and grows and grows. And when you start to think about the fact that everything's electronic now, and physically it takes a lot less human labor to get done the things we need to have done, you have to wonder to yourself why some things cost a fortune. The last time I was going to get rid of a bank account, I had one that I was using for the last vehicle that I bought, which is a truck. And, you know, I've been off payments for a long time now because I happen to be lucky enough to take care of the truck, and it's okay. But I went into the bank and I said, well, I'm going to get rid of this account because I don't need it anymore. And they said, well, why don't you just stay, you know? And I said, well, but it's like, I don't know how much it was, but, you know, $10 a month or $12 a month, whatever it was. And I said, I don't need it. I have another bank. I don't need this and everything else. This is from 10 years ago, and I don't use it anymore. And they said, well, why don't you just stay, because we're going to give you a credit card. And that's where it starts, right? Not that I needed it. So one of the thoughts, and Lisa J. Stocks and a few other creators like It's D Bankroll and Stock Explorer and a few other financial channels might back up the idea. But, you know, credit is best acquired when it's not needed, as opposed to when you find yourself in a jam and needing to borrow in one way or another. That's where it becomes detrimental more often than not. So these are just ideas, and forgive again the long speech, but it's just a thought. Oh, thank you, Ben Cyan Games. I promise you, between all my different types of live streams and things like that, I get a chance to tell tons and tons of stories. So Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us with the motivation and inspiration behind the investing, as well as the technical terms and fundamentals. She's got some shorts here getting into the hundreds of views, one of them over 1,600, and then live streams are occasional as well. But she's had a couple of guests, and she's been doing these lately with some familiar faces, as a matter of fact. Make this go viral. And F.R. Humphrey, that's great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lisa J. Stocks. We'd love to push her towards the 600 subscribers that she's thinking about. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder has recently been renamed to Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder. He's actually got a collection of channels. We'll look at 4 of them right now. This creator's been with me over 3.5 years. He's one of the first creators that I met in the small YouTuber community. I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years, but I was introduced to Kid Wonder and a few other creators, which started to become a larger community, and they inspired the idea of Tuber Chat. Now, Kid Wonder, if you can imagine, over 3.5 years ago, ago was so supportive to me and to us. In the beginning of Superchat as a thought, he was the first creator to be chosen out of the Superchat family to be featured on episode number 2. And after all this time and 600 more episodes, he's still coming by to connect with creators and support others. He's monetized, of course, lots of ways to support him, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. It's pure variety on this channel, including video shorts and live streams. And I'm going to show you his next channel, Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream. I've actually collaborated with him here. It was just coincidence, but when I saw this channel, I noticed that he plays this 8-ball pool game, which I also was playing for years on the phone, just casually once in a while. But I said, we joked for a long time, hey, we should probably play each other on this. And one night I caught him just as he was starting a stream. So if you search out Superchat on this channel, you'll find us playing each other for about an hour in that particular game. He's monetized here as well with Super Chats and memberships available. And then we're going to look at In Random News with Kid Wonder. This is another channel that we're keeping our eye on to see if he's going to post new content, but a little bit more variety here. We've always got notification bells on for every channel, of course, and then the Mukbang Show with Kid Wonder is another channel that he started up. Mukbang, of course, I never pronounce it right, but is a huge category on YouTube, and now we know that our dear friend Kid Wonder will be bringing this to us as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. Again, Kid Wonder happens to be a gold member, so we see his channel every single day, his main channel, in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, and his link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so. Broken Hearts Ministry is coming up next. We'll see what Gail has got going on for us. This is Gail from Gail's Southern Living, very well known as the host of the Fall Fest 2023 giveaway collaboration. Last year, she had almost 70 creators together, and this year they're doing it again, which is great to see. She's posting frequently to get the channel going as well. Neil Collects, thank you for another Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times now. We looked at that channel earlier, but I certainly appreciate that kind of extra generosity again. Broken Hearts Ministry is a new channel with an important message from our dear friend Gail. She's actually got 2 other channels. I'll show you those in a moment. I'm just going to take her latest video and put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then we'll look at her shorts. We see that these have started to get into hundreds of views, but one of them over 2,100. Live streams, she's already been doing just about every single day, as a matter of fact. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I haven't caught you on this channel, but I've got the notification bell on, of course. Gail's Southern Living is another channel. This is her main channel, if we want to call it that, from Gail, the same creator. And there's the Fall Fest 23 giveaway video right there. She brings us a lot of homesteading activities. She's an advocate for helping others grow as well. I'm just going to grab her latest, one of her latest videos and put that in my catch-up list. She's monetized over here. Lots of ways to support her, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. She's got some shorts that have gotten into 3,800 and 4,600 views. One breakout short's over 18,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are frequent in this channel as well. I'm just happy to see that she's got a collaboration coming up with Just Chasing Keto. He's here with us every single day. I'm trying to take inspiration from him and a few other creators and a little bit of healthier eating to go along with the idea of healthier living. And he does inspire, so it's great to see these 2 creators who are both dear friends now together. And then Gail's Crafts and Coupons is another channel from this creator where she also wants to help us maximize the value of our dollar and save some money. So hopefully everybody will connect with her on all three of these channels. That's Broken Hearts Ministry with Gail's Crafts and Coupons and Gail's Southern Living. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get to Scratch and PPA. If anybody has the ability to share the stream right now, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then, thank you, Timmy Ray the King. So when we look at Scratch and PPA, we see that he is on the verge of having 1,700 subscribers. This creator brings us perfect consistency on his channel. We talked about consistency at the beginning of the stream today. But he posts a quality piece of content called the Scratch Challenge series of videos every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for what is soon going to be 3 years. With perfect consistency. And then Get to the Farm, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. M&T Living and Cooking, forgive me if I didn't say hello earlier. I saw you at the beginning, I believe. Now, Scratch and PPA takes presentation very seriously. When we look at this creator's channel, we see his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by the thumbnails on his videos ever since the beginning, and then his banner is updated every week as well. Recently, he started bringing us some extra content, and he promises some more. He's been active on his community page to let us know what's going on with him, and he did bring us his first live stream during a vacation to Italy just a couple of weeks ago. Scratch and PPA is a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family. He is literally the reason why I started using the words, seems to be everywhere all the time, to describe him and a few other creators, because that literally seems to be the way. I don't know how he does it. He supports every single thing that I do on every single channel that I touch and much more. I see him everywhere. And one of the things you're going to notice about this creator is when they run their premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, you will find one of the fastest rolling chats that you've seen in the whole Tuber Chat family. And he rivals those of Hilda DC, or Garden State Gardener, or Stock Explorer, or VS Speaks Royally, and a few others. It's very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. His videos are usually 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the intro and whether there's a giveaway that week. And Scratch and PPA, like I said, consistency is the biggest part of it. When it comes to video production, his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his first video, by the way. And then as well, the idea that he supports so many creators all week long, it all comes back in a rush and flood during that 15 to 20 minute period. Now, as well, Scratch and PPA gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And I think inspiration can be taken from the way that this creator marries in the outside social networks to bring fun and interactivity into his series. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. That's Scratch and PPA. And if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Rushing Wind Mountain is going to come up in about 3.5 minutes. Toyin's Kitchen, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I just wonder if that is a channel that we already know. Was that Lola Toyin? Did you change the name of the channel? And forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I think so. So let's go for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come back with Rushing Wind Mountain. All right, we are back with Rushing Wind Mountain. Pardon me, I did just run through the house, so you're going to have to listen to me huff and puff a little bit. I'm so out of shape. And Rushing Wind Mountain has been a longtime friend of Tuber Chat, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They come to us from the Homesteading community of channels. I see they've got a summer sunset video. I'm just going to take this one. I know it's short, but I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. That's a playlist that I used to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. If anybody here right now would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. You can hear me dragging on my sentences, trying not to let you hear me breathe so heavily. Huff and Puff is a slot game. I haven't seen that one. Michael's Adventures. I wish I could find... I don't often play. I love going to casinos. I just love the look of them. I wish I could remember the name of the slot machine that I like so much. There's one that I love. I probably love it because I actually won once. I did really well one day taking... probably cost $100 worth of 20s to get it done, but took $500 out of there in Buffalo at Seneca. Seneca, Niagara in Buffalo. Or in, Seneca, Niagara in Niagara Falls, close to Buffalo. But, you know, you put like $20 in, let's just say, and forgive me, Rushing Wind Mountain, but I've gotten into another story now for no reason at all. But what happened was we're watching a machine, and a couple of people were playing, and it looked like they'd been at it for a while. And sure enough, one of the people moved to another machine, and I sat down where they were sitting. And bang, 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 one after the other, like it just kept paying. So what happens is I can't control myself, and I won't ever get into like a gambling type of thing with a large amount of money. I can stay in a casino for 4 hours and not play if the mood doesn't strike me. And I don't play a lot of slots, but this time, you know, I put $20 in, took $100 out, put another $20 in, took $100 out, put another $20 in. This went on and on until, you know, I'd had enough. I said, okay, let's like get out of here while we're ahead for once. The rest of the time, it's either a loss or luckily maybe close to breaking even and stuff like that. But I remember that, but I don't think I've ever seen the name Huff and Puff on a slot machine. Toyin's Kitchen, yes, that was Lola Toyin, somebody who's fairly new to Tuber Chat just over the last couple of weeks, but it's certainly fine to change the name of your channel. In my opinion, you want to do it early on, right? Because someday you're going to have 50,000, maybe 80,000, 100,000, or even more subscribers, and it's better to do it now than later on, right after you're established, let's just say. And those, you know, hopefully we get that many subscribers, but you know what I mean. The only thing that you have to worry about is that you may struggle with the search results for a few days, maybe as much as 2 weeks, and then it will be fine. It's probably much better than it was when I started giving that speech. But what we had found, at least in the first year or two of Tuber Chat, is that anytime somebody changed their name, it was hard to find them just for 2 weeks, and then it was fine afterwards, right? Because the algorithms got to reset. If you can imagine, there's servers all over the world. YouTube has to put priority on its internet traffic, what needs to happen right this second and what can wait, and they have, I'm assuming, a priority list, and when people change the name of their channel, that probably is at the bottom of the priorities. But it'll be fine, and you're probably going to end up luckier than I think when it comes to that, because it's been a while, and I've been saying 2 weeks when I talk about that for a long time. So Rushing Wind Mountain, forgive me, 757 subscribers. When we read their About page, they're talking about many wildlife that they'll be filming in the mountains of the Pacific Northwest. Relaxation, peace, calm. but there might be some funny and hilarious moments in their videos as well. So I'll leave it for you to find those. But we see a lot of these beautiful looking thumbnails give us an idea of some of the relaxing looking nature videos we can expect. Some furry friends in there as well we can see. When we look at the shorts videos, we see that this channel has gotten into 3,000, 5,000, even 6,000 views. That one looks like it's still moving actually. And then live streams might be an idea for the future. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. They've been a long time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster. We've been on for just over an hour and a half. We can stay up to another hour, a little bit longer if everybody would like. Trish the Naturals coming up. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. And again, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I'm willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Trish the Natural is coming to us now with 840 subscribers. This channel brings us natural hair care more than anything else. She actually gets into other subjects like wigs and weaves and other tips, tricks, and tutorials and products that we might consider, especially when we're thinking about natural hair care. One of the things we notice on this channel, first of all, is a brand new welcome to my channel video, which is very cool. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. I haven't seen it yet. When we look at her videos, we see that this creator puts a very professional look on all of her thumbnails. Even though every video gets its own thumbnail, these bright, bold headshots are going to make her recognizable. When we think about marketing, I like to say branding, but it's really marketing. The idea is that if somebody is recommended a video from this creator and they've already enjoyed one anytime recently in the past, they're going to recognize her and likely be inclined to click on it for two reasons. One, because it's familiar. Two, because it's professional looking. What I really like is this idea. You notice when I roll over the thumbnail here, we get an exact representation of what's in the video on the thumbnail. That's where those bright, bold headshots come in. And obviously, this is a dynamic creator. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. And when we look at the shorts videos on this channel, she's got a couple here into over 2,000 views, which is great to see. We've got our notification bell on in case she ever starts to live stream as well. We'll make sure we catch everything. And she's got 840 right now. We'd love to push her towards the 900 she's thinking about. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second. AceFlaw1 picked up a gifted membership today, but he's been a friend of over 3.5 years. He's been with Superchat since the beginning and even longer as a friend who's supported me all through the Playlist Buddy experiment videos and streams I was doing on my channel, getting ready as practice runs for Superchat. And still, after all this time, 3.5 years almost, and 600 episodes of Superchat, he's still coming around almost every day lately, actually, to continue to support other creators. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with him. Andy brings us travel videos more than anything else on this channel. He posts occasionally, but you can see his channel's established at over 4,000 now. When we get into the shorts on the channel, he's posted a few of these, and these have started to move. One of them over 1,400, which is great to see. And a long time ago, I remember catching him for his first ever live stream, but we'll see if he's going to bring those back. So that's AceFlaw1, and like I said, a friend of over 3.5 years. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Andy, the creator behind this channel. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Marketplace Boutique is coming up right now, and this creator brings us an interesting look at buying and selling on their channel. So they talked to us on their About page about the fact that they had worked in law, but they were looking at some kind of a career change that might allow them to spend more time at home. So they've been running an e-commerce business now since 1998, since high-speed internet was barely becoming mainstream, as a matter of fact. And Marketplace Boutique is going to help us, particularly with eBay here, but they talk about the idea of buying and selling different things and where to find some of the gems that they can profit from. They want to share that knowledge with us, which I think is another generous thing to do. So 292 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 that they're thinking about. Sister Winnie, good to see you in the house. And then let me look at shorts on the channel. I see a question from Cabarar Gaming. When we look at shorts videos on this channel, these bring a lot more random content, but we see that from a lot of creators, regardless of the niche or category from the channel. Lots of people are bringing variety into their shorts. And this creator's gotten into 2,200 and 2,400 views on these, one of them over 8,000, which is great to see. And then yeah, dial-up Marketplace Boutique. You're not kidding. I literally was, I used to jump out of bed and get on CompuServe. Yes, for real, CompuServe. And eventually AOL. I was so mesmerized by the internet and its possibilities that I ended up having both at one time. So when you think about it, sometimes kids will rely on their parents for, you know, any kind of financial purchase and things like that. I did start working at a young age, but as soon as I found out what the internet was and I just needed a modem, I went out and bought the modem for the family computer because I wanted it that badly. And I knew my parents had really done a great job picking an elaborate computer. We had a Mac when I was what had to be 14, 15 years old. I'm forgetting the exact timeline now, but my mom needed it for work, so you know, we had a laser printer and everything else even back then, and that's the early 90s, early to mid 90s. But dial-up was the thing, so you would, you know, set a web page, go get a coffee, come back, and the web page would be loaded, and then you could click on something, go and get another coffee, and come back, and the other web page would be loaded. And that was always fun. So Cabarar Gaming question: why is so quiet on YouTube? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Cabarar Gaming. They've been a friend of a long time. They've been a friend of about 3 years now. I'm just curious what you mean. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. I don't know if you mean this stream right now, Cabarar Gaming, or if you're talking about something on YouTube in general. One of the things we notice, and forgive me, Rushing Wind Mountain, I forgot to take them off the wheel. One of the things we notice is that YouTube changes up the algorithm every few months. So what you'll notice, and this happens literally every 3 or 4 months, is you find yourself being recommended content or seeing notifications from lots of different channels for months at a time. And then all of a sudden it changes. And you're not seeing the same channels anymore. You're seeing a lot of others. Still people you're connected to, but all of a sudden you notice like YouTube keeps recommending different channels. So the belief is, at least in my own mind, that eventually most of us follow so many channels, it's almost impossible for YouTube to have any kind of a page to show us, you know, who's live or who's dropped videos, because it's so fast and frequent, if that makes sense. So they mix things up every once in a while, but now that I've mentioned it, if you didn't already notice it, you probably will. Some of the people who you're seeing every day today, all of a sudden you will start seeing different channels every day, and you'll see the ones I'm talking about less frequently, right? Sometimes you have to almost check in with some of your friends and say like, hey, I haven't seen them around in a while. Let's just see what's going on. Is it, you know, I haven't been on their channel, or what's happening? Oh, the viewers is not getting on YouTube Shorts. So that's interesting. Cabaret Gaming, that you asked that. When shorts came out, YouTube seemed to be promoting them so hard that there was this winning the lottery aspect to it. And some people could just have the luck of the draw, put out a shorts video that's not much different than anybody else's shorts video, with not extra production value or anything, and get hundreds of thousands of views, even tens of thousands of views. And lots of our friends got a lot of these. What we've seen over the last, I would say 6 months, but maybe a little bit less, is that it's really slowed down. So we don't see a random short popping into the 300,000 unless it's explainable. If you look at it and you're like, oh, well, I know why, you know, it's got like, you know, The Rock in it or something like that. But you have to be careful about the things that you're taking. You can't just take clips of things that you don't have the rights to. Like, we can't just take a clip of a TV show, make a shorts video, because YouTube will give us trouble over that, not right away, but later, when it's time to get monetized and things like that. So you have to be careful with that stuff. You always want to be putting up content that you own. Even if somebody gives you permission to use their content, that's not, you know, necessarily a legal binding agreement, and YouTube holds the key to what we can and cannot post. We don't hold the key to what we're allowed to post and what we're not. So they make the decisions. We have to remember that. Wheaton Shaw always makes me laugh in the chat. Fell off a cliff the last couple of weeks. Yeah, just Jason Keto. So one of the things they let us know about is that they're changing some of the things. So when we look at Mr. Fulton Mraz's channel, you notice this thing here that says Instagram.com, and it says, and 2 more links. They changed the way that these work. It used to be little icons on the banner that you could click, and that would give you a chance to click on these links and go to another page. Now they just drop them here like this, or on the About page. They still exist for now. But one of the things they've let us know is that very soon, literally end of August into September, links on shorts descriptions are not going to be clickable anymore. So what they're going to do is let you have a link that will click to a long form piece of content. So if you make a shorts video that is meant to promote a regular or long form video or a live stream on your channel, YouTube will allow that, but they will not allow you to, let's say, buy something from Amazon or promote something from Amazon, put an Amazon link, and then just send people to your affiliate link. That kind of stuff is going to stop, because while YouTube was pushing everybody to flood the system with lots of content, I think it went overboard, and they have trouble reeling that in. So that's a thought. Yeah, Ben Cyan Games has one shorts video that's just killing it right now, which is great to see. But we haven't seen a lot of that lately without trouble coming afterwards, right? We have seen shorts videos get into the hundreds of thousands of views and then had to be removed because they don't allow monetization and things like that, if that makes sense. And forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. I certainly don't mean to miss anybody or anything. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. If I've missed something that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The Stock Explorer, forgive me, I did not put you on the wheel. I don't know why I missed that. I'm just putting you on right now. And Mr. Fulton, we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend over 3.5 years as well. This creator interviews a lot of other creators and does some product reviews and a lot of other random content. Sometimes they live stream. They've got a couple I've got notifications on for right now. And then some shorts videos that they've posted as well have gotten into 1,300 and even 1,700 views. This is obviously a very loyal and dedicated supporter. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Mr. Fulton Mraz. And thank you, Timmy Ray the King. Come Hither with Heather is somebody who has been a member for a long time. I actually met up in real life yesterday with Drew's Adventures and Werner's Adventures, who are always on Come Hither with Heather's channel with her. These creators all bring paranormal investigations and explorations of abandoned locations. Come Hither with Heather will often be seen with both of them. We actually joined Come Hither with Heather, Canadian Family Life, myself, Drew's Adventures. We're all on a live stream about a month ago talking about Canada. I caught up with those two creators yesterday to get an idea about their 5-week vacation. They went to the United States and spent some time in Canada as well, so that was really cool. Now, Come Hither with Heather connects us together, but Werner's Adventures and Drew's Adventures, also generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Come Hither with Heather usually brings paranormal investigations and explorations of abandoned locations more than anything else, but she also brings a little bit of variety in her videos, and especially in live streams when she has other people come up with her. Here's an idea about some of her shorts as well. We see more variety here. I think she's with Drew right there. There's Werner. There she is with Drew. And then live streams on the channel are frequent, and you'll find all of these creators in each other's channels. There they are all together. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Come Hither with Heather. I'll give you a very quick look at Drew's Adventures. They've been in Tuber Chat a couple of times, and we'd love to have everybody connect with them, as well as Werner's Adventures, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who brings us more explorations of abandoned locations. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. I see Songbits Laura and Natalie Nicole's ASMR coming in. They're both members. We're going to put them on the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Just Jason Keto is coming up in a second, and we see that this creator is doing a great job of collaborating with others right now. YouTube tells us themselves that collaborating is a great way to expand your audience. I find that anytime you're found on anybody else's channel, you almost are certain to you're almost certainly guaranteed to pick up a few more subscribers, but you're also generously sharing content with other creators by changing the conversation on their channel when you add your voice, if that makes sense. Just Jason Keto is going to motivate us with healthy eating, healthy living. He's got a brand new avatar and banner saying, why just thrive, why just survive when you can thrive. So healthy eating and healthy living, particularly when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle, is the focus of the channel. I see he's got some brand new videos here. I'm just going to put the latest one in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Just Jason Keto is getting dangerously close to that 1,000 subscribers. So we usually don't do the push, especially this late on Wednesday. Would certainly not be able to work at all. But what we'll do, I'm expecting that Just Jason Keto will likely have 990 or more, possibly even over 1,000, but 990 or more by the time we are on Saturday and Sunday. I haven't set those streams up yet. I'll try to get it done tomorrow night. And plan the times. It should be early on Saturday and late on Sunday, as a hint. But when we do that, we'll likely see that Just Jason Keto will be either over 1,000 or very close. Then we'll do the push. Because when we have less than 10, sometimes it can either work or get close. Now, Just Jason Keto brings us recipes on his channel, along with product reviews, tips and tricks, and then hacks even, to help us get more value out of some of the things we might find when we're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He also has a lot of guests come on, and this is what I was talking about with collaborating. He's been found on other channels now, but he's also bringing a lot of voices onto his channel. These people, whether they're creators on YouTube or not, will give their life experiences and help us with motivation and inspiration when it comes to the idea of sticking to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And when we get to the shorts on the channel, he's got one breakout shorts here. I always talk about it, 22,000, because I've seen this one. And then I talk about this channel sometimes because we see a lot of healthy looking grilling videos, particularly in the shorts, and he's got a lot of shorts that are into the thousands of views, so that's just a hint more than anything else. Now, Just Jason Keto as well streams every week, usually on Thursday, almost every single week without fail. I've got notifications on always. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And we've always got notification bells on, but we set notifications for the individual live streams and premieres as well. He'll give you the story of the channel on his About page, but Just Jason Keto is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us every day, as a matter of fact, for which I'm grateful. Donut channel, says Neil Collects. Imagine. And then there you go, Wheaton Shaw. Yes. Truthful Opinion. Good to see you here for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. We're going to talk about Butler Family Farm in a second, but we're just going to go for 3 minutes. I'm going to grab a drink. Maybe you want to do the same, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. All right, we're back and looking at Butler Family Farm. Pardon me, I usually don't do that. I usually spin the wheel and then we look at the channel afterwards. Butler Family Farm is with us just about every single day, as a matter of fact, lately. Now, I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by quickly to say hello or drop a thumbs up or running the stream in the background, because I know we got a couple of friends who do that as well. Wayne's World Unlimited dropped a super chat during that break, so we're going to put that channel up on the screen next, and then I'll get back to spinning the wheel. I did add a couple of names from our chat list as well. Pardon me, that's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. And I have a robot in the background that keeps track of that. But Together We Travel and Kathy Payna are both on the wheel. And we still got a while to go. So Butler Family Farm brings us 116 acres of homesteading content on their channel. I group a few categories or niches together when we talk about that. We talk about farming, ranching, gardening, typical homesteading, sometimes camping, fishing, hiking, outdoor channels as well. Oh, and thank you, Corinne's Life. I just got a Instagram message from Corinne's Life. She's got a video that's really moving right now, actually, which is great to see. Corinne's Life's been a dear friend for a long time, 3 years now, but she is a fellow Canadian from Nova Scotia. She is here as a member and a moderator as well. Just going to put her name on the wheel. And when we look at Butler Family Farm, they're going to give us their About page where they talk about what to expect on the channel. They just added bees into the mix, but they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, and some pets. Cats and dogs, of course, and then in between the farming content that we find on the channel, they bring us possibly bowling, doing some woodworking, fiber crafts, blacksmithing, gaming, gardening, and a little bit of travel when that comes up as well. Actually, a lot of bit of travel, because one of the things that they've been known for, and I love talking about it here when we look at this channel, they get involved in their YouTube community, so they go out to a lot of these meetups. I hope I can catch you for another live stream sometime soon, by the way. They got a monetization celebration actually coming up in a couple of weeks, and live stream coming up in just a few days, so hopefully I'll catch that. But they go out to meetups with other creators as well. One of them, Ozark meetups, must be close to their area. And then the Mid-America meetup was something that comprised 80 channels worth of creators and supporters, which is really, really cool. And you'll see a lot of other familiar faces on their channel. About Luke 29's up there and a couple of thumbnails. We see Rambling with the Brooms here, one of our moderators that's out there. He's from the Ottawa area and drove down to the States for that. But Butler Family Farm is able to catch a lot of this. They brought us streams of that one meetup, for instance. I always talk about it because I was so grateful to catch that. And they've got some shorts on the channel as well. And here we get to see some of these shorts have gotten into 3,000 and even well beyond 4,000 views at 4,300 there. More variety here, but kind of in line with what we expect from the channel. You know, I keep talking about all these stories today, but my first full-time job was summer when I was 15, doing some landscaping. And if you could believe it, now that I think about it, I had a part-time job at the same time. We had a restaurant called Ponderosa. We don't have those anymore in Canada, but it was almost like a middle of the road. I wouldn't say steakhouse. It was supposed to be meant, you know, as known for steaks, but about Swiss Chalet quality, if we want to think about the restaurant, if I remember right. But I worked there for one summer on the weekends, just one day a week, if I remember right, as well as doing this full-time gig. And then at 16, I got another full-time job, but that was in a bowling alley, and it was a horrible job for me because I didn't have to do anything. In an 8-hour shift, I'd barely do a half an hour worth of work. The rest of the time was spent talking to everybody, and I think that damaged me later on. Now I need jobs with lots of slack because I got used to that, if that makes sense. Butler Family Farm, I just noticed that in your shorts. I don't think I noticed that before, but one of the shorts here is at the bowling alley, actually. When we look at the live streams, we see that these are looking like they're coming back up to frequent, but when we look at the videos, I can see I'm behind as well. Or is that right? No, I'm sorry, I'm not. I was looking at the popular tab for a second. They've got another Ozark Homestead Expo 2023 video. So I'm going to take this one and add this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. Obviously, Butler Family Farm, an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. But like I said, they're here every single day lately. Now, I do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day. And I probably don't recognize everybody that's here, you know, every day or so frequently. I don't mean to exclude anybody from some of the appreciation, but I just happen to notice, you know, Butler Family Farm has really been spending a lot of time here, for which I'm grateful. The Stock Explorer was live earlier today. I caught them just for a second. Motivated one-legger, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Pardon me, Wayne's World Unlimited. I don't know if they're still listening because they just came in quickly, but they did drop a super chat. I should have put their channel up. I'll put it up next. Luckily, we're all friends here, so I'm sure they'll be patient with me. The Stock Explorer is up here right now, and this is Nora. They were live earlier today. They try to stream a few times a week. They're in Florida, but they did let me know that they're actually inland, so I know our thoughts and prayers, of course, are with our friends in Florida that might be experiencing the effects of the hurricane right now. But the Stock Explorer said they should be okay. So this creator is almost to 1,800 subscribers. They're here as a member and a moderator. And they are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've been a dear friend for a very long time. Somebody who I have a friendship with that I'm grateful for. They care very much about their YouTube community. They're somebody who I can say, you know, truly has my back, but cares very much about the YouTube community at large, as well as their own community and those of us in the Tuber Chat family. The Stock Explorer wants to help us with our finances as well. They talk about the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They do that through shorts, videos, and live streams with everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like NFTs and options trading. They're very forthcoming about their own portfolio, like I mentioned about Lisa J. Stocks earlier today. I'm grateful to have some of these channels that are going to help us when it comes to our finances, because wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come through monetization when 99% of us have that on our mind. Motivated One-Legger came in from Roadhog, so thank you for being here. And Roadhog's actually been a very generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here for a long time. Forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. If anybody's meant something that you meant for me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier, and I'll try to catch it the next time around. The Stock Explorer's got some shorts here, and we talk about this with a lot of channels, but even if a channel has a category or niche, we find a lot of variety in lots of the shorts. And this creator's gotten into thousands of views here with 2,500, 3,600, even 5,300 views with one of these. They live stream, like I said, frequently. Sometimes they're scratching lottery tickets. Sometimes they're having friendly conversation in StreamYard panels. And sometimes they've got charts and graphs for us to see. It's a little while now, and I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but if you dig back about 6 months, you're going to find a special, we say interview, but it's really a conversation between myself and the Stock Explorer, where we got 2 hours to talk about YouTube a little more in depth than what we can get into here during these live streams. And then a little bit more variety in the videos. Sometimes they're talking particular stocks or crypto. Sometimes they're giving us a bit of variety. They've often got product in hand. Now, this creator also has a second channel called Tropical Buzz. Being in Florida, they want to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves as well. Wrestling Figs, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that the way you want it done, but also please let me know if I can pronounce that better for you. And hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. I have a feeling you've been to this channel before, and forgive me if I'm mistaken. I feel like I recognize your channel name, unless you've changed it. Wayne's World Unlimited dropped a super chat for us as well not too long ago, and this creator's done that countless times actually. Wayne's World Unlimited typically brings us a look around his area. One of the things he does is bring outtakes in his video. Sometimes he makes a dedicated video for that, but you can see a lot of outdoor stories to be told and looks around on this channel with a little more variety. He's got some shorts on the channel that have done really well, and one of these is at 5,200, 7,400 even, and a breakout shorts at 237,000. Forgive me, it's an interesting way that you put that, Jay and Knight. That's why I chuckle when I read that. But yeah, Jay and Knight, you know, it can take a while to get a channel going. I know it can be draining and demotivating at times. But I do appreciate you coming by, especially, you know, with kind words like that to support. Jay and Knight is fairly new in the Superchat family, just finding us about a month or so ago. But, you know, some of the things that we do on YouTube is, I think probably everybody has the thought about quitting or stopping at some point. The good news is we can change our mind a million times. Not that I recommend it, but we can. So if you're not feeling things right now, you can kind of lay off a little bit and then come back. The good news is you're building a community that will still be there for you. It's tough because the notifications and things like that drop off if the channel's not active. One other hint that I can give to everybody that I don't talk about regularly is your community tab. So I tend to hammer the thing, right? So I share out 8 to 10 times a day. For different creators, I've got a system. We mix it up between supporters, members, moderators, super chatters, and things like that. But we try to even it out so that everybody gets a little bit of love over there, right? Anybody who's supporting the channel in any way at all in abundance usually is on a bunch of lists that I have. But YouTube does not recommend everybody using their community tab in quite that way, but one of the things that we can do is if we're not posting videos or shorts or live streaming, we can make community posts, and that somewhat keeps the channel active and at least keeps your name out there in front of some of your followers. So then when you do drop another video or a live stream or anything else, you have a better chance of picking back up some of that momentum. But it's just an idea. So thank you, Jay and Knight. Now, that creator happens to be a member, so of course I put them on the wheel right away. I'm not sure. I'm just going to check in with Ben Cyan Games is still here, because he was talking about a breakout shorts video getting close to 500,000. But look at this here. Wayne's World Unlimited had this Xbox shorts video at 237,000, which is great to see. Lots of variety here as well in the videos, like I was saying, and he's working on 500 subscribers, so he has to be excited about that new monetization graduation system where 500 subscribers will get you into the first level. And look at that luck. There's a sign out there, Jay and Knight. The wheel chose you right away. You just got here. I just put you on the wheel, and the wheel chose you right away. Thank you one more time, Wayne's World Unlimited, for that super chat, by the way, just in case he happens to still be there. He said he was coming through quickly. Jay and Knight is here with 183 subscribers. Now, this is a fellow Canadian who actually is only about an hour away from me. So I'm expecting that at some point in the not too distant future, we'll end up with a meetup. I had a really full plate the last couple of weeks, but my regular schedule should kick in another week or so. And thank you, Jay and Knight. They're working right now. They bring us, let me read from their About page, nighttime exploring, camping, stealth camping, and some random adventures as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jay and Knight. We'd love to push them towards the 200 subscribers they're thinking about. And shorts videos as well here. One of these has hit 2,400 views, which is great. Another one at 1,800. We've seen actually some lightning videos really take off on a couple of channels. That's a hint as well. They've done a couple of live streams. We'll see if those are going to continue. We've always got the notification bell on for every channel so that we can catch as much as we can, and it's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, of course. Songbits Lore is coming up next. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster through channels because we've been on for almost 2.5 hours. We can stay up to another half hour-ish if everybody would like. We're a little bit later than usual, so thank you to our moderators as well for the extra help when it comes to these late night streams, because I don't even give the moderators much notice when it comes to what time we're going to be on. We're lucky to have Michael's Adventures with us today, actually, because he's here for every stream he can be, but he's got a full-time gig that usually runs into a lot of our streams, so he's usually only able to be with us on the weekend, and even then not always. So it's rare to have Michael's Adventures with us on a Wednesday, so we're grateful for that. Songbits Laura is here right now, and this is another creator that brings variety on their channel. Let me read from their About page for a second. Just whatever whatever they're vlogging, chats, networking opportunities, moments of joy and laughter, of course. Some crafting and creativity might be in the mix. I see they've got another video. This is really short from a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to put it in my catch-up list anyway, and that helps me keep up a little bit. We can see some of the variety when we dig through the thumbnails here. I think I have that keychain, actually, that red keychain that you're holding in your hand there. It's a bottle opener too. Shorts videos on this channel have gotten into 2,400 and 3,800 views. One of them over 8,500. I think that one's still moving. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. And then when we look at the live streams, we see that they do these about once a week. It looks like they might be doing it even a little more frequently at times. And StreamYard panels are frequent, which is great. It's always wonderful to collaborate with creators. So Songbits Laura, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter with almost 1,200 subscribers now. Thank you, Roadhog. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Did we look at Roadhog's? Yes, we did look at Roadhog's channel today. I'd rather make the mistake of doing something twice than not doing it, but our members are supposed to be added to the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. Sometimes I miss that. The Stock Explorer waited a little bit of extra time today. Charlene Heel is here with actually 2 channels, and Charlene Heel has Conscious Business Services and Opportunities that we saw in the chat a few minutes ago. Almost 1,400 subscribers, and this creator is going to bring us wellness coaching and inspire and motivate us. This creator has a new video, so I'm just going to put this on my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. If anybody here wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Charlene Heel is monetized with super chats and memberships available to support them with when we get there. They've got some shorts here getting over a couple thousand views already, which is great to see. And then live streams are frequent on the channel. They just did one, as a matter of fact. They were talking about the blue moon. that's interesting. And then we'll be looking forward to some videos from a couple friends. Maybe Michael's Adventures caught that. I think Ben Cyan Games was talking about it as well. So let's look at another channel here. Let's see if I can get to it quickly. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities comes from Charlene Heal. This is where she brings wealth, spirituality, and entrepreneurship with complementary content to what we recognize from Charlene Heal. She's got 860 subscribers over here. She's bringing us some shorts that have gotten into 3,300 and even 5,300 views. She's got live streams over here that are frequent as well. And then videos on the channel are posted also frequently. I'm just going to take the latest one, put that in my catch-up list. I keep looking at this thumbnail here because it's got my what's probably my second most recommended book of all time. I've got a list. Somebody asked me a long time ago I should probably do like a top 5 or top 10 list. I might break that into the idea of a couple videos to let everybody know, you know, some of the things you hear from me. I know some of you are here frequently and hear some of the same things over and over again. But if you were to read or listen to the handful of books that I would recommend, you would actually start to pick up on like, oh, that's why he says this, that's why he says that, because they're ideas that are either taken or adapted right out of these books. Think and Grow Rich, I would say, would be my number one. The only reason I wouldn't say that is because I was thinking about this actually because of Charlene Heal's thumbnail here. But Think and Grow Rich gives the idea from the title about finance or money. And it certainly is a part of the book. Think and Grow Rich is not necessarily just talking about money. There are lots of different ways we can consider ourselves rich and in abundance in different ideas or ways, if that makes sense. But Think and Grow Rich is a wonderful book. It's probably my favorite if I had to. That's my desert island book. But if I was to recommend books to other people, I would first recommend How to Win Friends and Influence People, because regardless of abundance or riches or money, How to Win Friends or Influence, or How to Win Friends and Influence People is probably my second favorite book, or the book I find most influential in my life. Next to Think and Grow Rich, because it talks about how to care about other people. You hear me say the word generosity constantly, and I don't know what it's like to listen to me. I promise you, I watch a little bit of my stuff back to hear what I sound like and this and that, but I don't get it the way you get it, right? Nobody hears you the way you think they hear you. But when you have to listen to the different things that I say and the way that I talk, I don't know how it comes across when I talk about the idea of caring about others, putting others first, doing more for others than we expect them to do for us. But I promise you, I wholeheartedly believe that. I'm not thinking that it's necessarily born into us. It's not necessarily natural. We have a lot of influence in our life, especially our friends, our parents, our teachers, our family, and things like that. But this particular book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, will give an idea about how to care about other people more so than yourself, so much that it brings back all of the generosity that you put forth in abundance, if you want to put it that way. And I just think it literally is a life-changing book. You know, whether we need to be told to care about other people or not. My parents used to try to drill it into my head when I was a kid. There's other people in the house. You have to care about other people. But that book really puts things into perspective. And I mention it because of this thumbnail I saw in Charlene Heal's video. But with the exception of that, I think and Grow Rich is probably a book that I wish everybody would read or listen to. I've bought copies for so many members of my family, I can't even remember. And might even be an idea for a giveaway at some point. I tend to listen to books more than read. I do a lot of driving, so I listen to audiobooks. I really enjoy them. Day One Adventures is up here right now. This creator is bringing events, travel, movies, food, and much more. I'm just going to grab their latest video and put this into my, pardon me, catch-up list. You can hear my voice is almost at it for today. This creator's got some shorts as well, and these have started to get into 3,000 views and even 3,100, which is great. When we look through the videos, we're going to see a lot of the variety. So they're most often outdoors. We get a little bit of food review as well by the look of it here. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Day One Adventures has now crossed 800 subscribers, so it's a wonderful milestone for them to have hit. They're a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They have been for a long time, and we run into them out supporting other creators all the time as well. So let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Your voice telling your stories is spooky. Interesting. Yeah, so actually in a lot of ways, we you know, the way that people perceive us, the way we think people think of us, even when it comes to family, even our children and things like that, we think that we present ourselves in a certain way. And you know, it's been said time and time again, not by people like me, but let's say by professionals talking about psychology and things like that, that people just don't perceive you the way you think they do. You hope that the good comes across, but you never know, right? A Chocolate Drop is up here right now, 782 subscribers. This is a creator that I have a little fun inside joke with. They often call me Mr. Customer Service, and I know that specifically because of my voice over here. But I see them out supporting other creators. I've been lucky to catch them in live streams a couple of times. I haven't caught them lately. But they're always keeping up with the chat. They're always smiling, always energetic, and they bring us a little bit of variety on their channel. So we see that when we start digging through a lot of their videos. But always positive. Love life coupons is what they tell us they bring us, but there's a lot more to the channel as well. They got some shorts here, over 2,000, getting into 2,400, 2,500, and then live streams, like I said, are pretty frequent, and I've caught them a few times. I'm hoping to catch them again. I've always got the notification bell on, and whenever anybody sets anything in advance, I always set notifications for that as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. We'll go on break one more time, and then we'll come back with Together We Travel. All right, we're back, and we're looking at Together We Travel. And this creator is going to bring us, of course, travel. More than anything else, they will talk about cruising. So they got a brand new video. I'm just going to put this in my catch-up list and see what they've got going on here. Cabin Quickie makes me think we might get a tour. 692 subscribers. They're getting pretty close to 700, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to that milestone. And let's look through their videos for a quick second. We see a little bit of variety here, but mostly cruising, like I said. So they're going to bring us room tours. Yeah, see Cabin Quickie, and the latest video is Cabin Quickie. So this is going to be another room tour. And then they'll bring us other outdoor activities and locations. When they get into the cruise ships, they're bringing us tours. They're bringing us the shows. Right? Most cruise ships, if not all, have one of those theaters where the shows happen and things like that. And it's great that they're showing us this kind of idea. We've talked about their shorts before because I really love the thumbnails that YouTube has picked. We don't get to pick our thumbnails now. We did for a while. They changed that. I hope they change it back. The other systems, like I believe we can choose on Instagram Reels. I forget because I haven't done one in a while. But TikTok, you can select your thumbnail, sort of, but I hope they do at least that, if not let us make a custom one. I think they're worried about clickbait, right? You can make a thumbnail, has nothing to do with the shorts, but TikTok's got a reasonable way of doing it. They let you upload, if I remember right. I could be mistaken, but they also have the slider that lets you dig through the video for the view you want to get. Together We Travel has some live streams. They actually did a couple just a week ago, quite a few. So we'll be looking for a new one shortly. They went to Greenland and Canada on the Carnival Legend. Interesting. And hopefully I'll catch them for one of those. So hopefully we can push them towards the 700 that they're thinking about. The Bud Files, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. They're usually here every day. And yeah, Kathy Payne, I don't think the algorithm does a really good job a lot of times. I'm disappointed with a few of mine. Some of the videos that I'm in, I'm starting to take myself out of a lot of videos on my personal channel. What I mean by that is, as I'm continuing to film, especially product reviews, I expect not to be in the videos. I expect to just do the product review, no intro, voice only, and unbox or setup or whatever I'm going to do, just as an experiment. But the thumbnails they've chosen on some of the shorts that I've done are just horrendous. The facial expressions and things like that. I think it could do a better job. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is now over 2,800 subscribers, so they're growing rapidly. One of the things they're doing is collaborating with a lot of creators. I see them on StreamYard panels all the time. They stream occasionally as well. They've got this new series called Travel Talk with Mike and Rihanna. So Mike is now a travel agent, if I understand right. They bring a family vlogging channel to us here. So there's a little bit of travel, but there's a lot of everything here. So they might be cooking, they might be outdoors, they might be giving us a chance to get to know them, they might be taking us on an adventure. They do that with live streams as well. Usually Sunday Fun Day is their regularly scheduled stream. And then they have, Sunday Fun. And then they have StreamYard panelists here. I see them on lots of other people's StreamYard panels also. When we get into shorts, we see even more variety from these creators here. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures has a complimentary channel now where we're going to see Rihanna's life adventures. And this is where we get to know Rihanna a little bit better. There's a few shorts here. One of them already at 800 views, which is great. Live streams, I caught them for actually. So they got a few of these. And we'll see if they're going to pick those back up. And then the videos here are very much complimentary to Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, where they could be indoors, outdoors, or taking us on a adventure. You can change the thumbnail on shorts now, but only when you are uploading it. You can't go back and change the ones that are already uploaded. Oh, Lori's Tech Time. Have I not seen that? Interesting. I'm trying to imagine the last couple of shorts I did. The last short I did was something I whipped together as fast as I could because it was event-based and happening at that second. And I did that with the app. With the Shorts app. Often what I do is produce videos and then upload them in the YouTube system on a computer. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that, but thank you for mentioning that, because when I see it, I might say, oh, I saw that before, but I'm not thinking about it right now. Kathy Payne, yeah. It's, well, for me personally, it's just because some of the things that I've done in the past, your analytics will tell you the intros often kill videos, and a lot of what we have done over the last 6 years, like I've been on YouTube that long, would have been better if it wasn't for those intros and if it wasn't for some of the extra talk. But that's okay. So we change things up. Pardon me, my allergies are on me now too. And we move on and we just try to improve as we go, right? Kathy Pena has 473 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 500 that they're thinking about. When we get to their About page, they talk about Aloha Freedom Tours Hawaii, and they give you a lot of information there. I'm just going to grab their latest video, though. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's from a few days ago. And they bring us some beautiful views, as a matter of fact, as you can see here. One of the things I always look at with channels now are shorts. So hopefully we'll see some more shorts from Kathy Pena, but we are happy to see that one already well over 100 views. And then live streams are something that might be an idea for the future. We always have our notification bell on for every channel, of course. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then, thank you, Lori's Tech Time. Yeah, I'm going to watch for it the next time I do one for sure. Yeah, I got to think about that. The other thing, too, is now what we can do is think about shorts while we're planning long-form video, so we can already have shorts in mind, if that makes sense, to either film at the same time or chop out of our long-form videos. Yeah, so Lori's Tech Time is saying we can't change them once they've been uploaded. So you can't go back and change the thumbnail right now. I think they will eventually let us, but that's just my prediction based on nothing. Except experience, right? And then Lori's Tech Time is saying you can choose it while you're uploading. So sometimes what creators do as well, if you upload a short and you think you should have views on that, like some serious views on that shorts, and you don't get them, what a lot of creators do is they just repost it again. They just take it down, post it a few weeks later. But that is a great tip. So thank you. Yes, Stock Explorer, thank you for that. But thank you, Lori's Tech Time, for that. Natalie Nicole's ASMR is going to bring us ASMR videos more than anything else. We know that that's a huge category on YouTube. And Natalie Nicole has been a long-time loyal and dedicated supporter. We look at some shorts on the channel, and hopefully they'll post some more, but they've got these up to 2,000 and almost 3,000 views. Live streams are something they've done in the past as well, but we've got our notification bell on in case they pick those back up. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Cabaret Gaming, yeah, you've got a few shorts that have gotten into, I think, 15,000 views and more. I forget. You've got a few Grand Theft Auto ones. I remember seeing those. We're going to see them when I get your channel up on the screen again. The Bud Files is coming up right now. They are modern-day archaeologists, and what they seek to do on their channel is uncover history and digitally preserve it. In video, they do that through shorts, videos, and live streams, and that description is basically how they started their channel, but they've really expanded their content. So you see now they've got shout-out videos, they've got lots of shorts that bring us a ton of variety. as a matter of fact. And then they've also got live streams where we get a chance to get to know them. They could be indoors, they could be outdoors. They take us to abandoned locations, cemeteries, graveyards. They give us a lot of history in their videos, but sometimes they're just hanging out. We get a chance to play a game or get to know them a little bit better. Videos, there's a little bit of variety here, but mostly taking us out on adventure, as you can see. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. The Bud Files also, first of all, are here every day, but are also out supporting other creators all the time. I run into them constantly when I'm trying to do the same thing. Thank you, Neil Collects. I really do appreciate your extra generosity, and thank you for being here again. We're back on Saturday. After today, Lori's Tech Time. Let's have a look at your channel right now. This is why Lori's Tech Time has so many great looking shorts on her channel. So when you think about that and the tip that she just gave us, she's got another channel. I'm going to show it to you in a second. She's got some shorts over here, but this is likely why some of these have got fantastic thumbnails when you think about what the shorts video is, right? She's using a lot of these filters from things like, I'm assuming, CapCut. I didn't catch whether you said you used that specific one or not, but she's active on the other social networks as well. But like, look at some of these shots. They're way better than I've been able to get, and so I guess she's been using that trick for as long as it's been there, which is great. So Lori's Tech Time brings us tech and electronic gadget reviews. Some of those are from a subscription service called Gadget Discovery Club, and some of them are independent, but we can see that they've done really well with some of these. And then they also bring us the shorts that I'm talking about. Lots of variety here, and they do a lot of playing with the filters and things that are very trendy on TikTok and Instagram and things like that. But I see Lori's content coming up all the time on probably Instagram, if not TikTok. I'm not on as much as everybody might think, but I hope to start spending at least a few minutes a day on there, pardon me. When we look at Lori's Tech Time's video gameplay, she often plays games that are multiplayer, so she can play with viewers. She always keeps up with the chat as well. We were talking about Battle Cats. I saw something else from Battle Cats the other day, and I was mentioning Lori's Tech Time's channel. But Fall Guys obviously is popular. I played that not on a console, but in an internet cafe once. I understand you can make your own maps in there. I hadn't seen that, but that's really cool. Among Us, obviously monstrously popular, and I caught her for the Tetris live stream the other day. I have to admit, I was working and lurking there, but Tetris is one of my favorite games of all time. Lori's Vlogs and Shorts brings us a little more variety here. She's got a few product reviews and vlog type videos. We'll have a look at those right here. This has just started, but when we look at the shorts here, she's really plugged into a formula as well that's done well for her, because she's gotten into the thousands of views, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, and even 8,000 views. But like, look at the thumbnails on the shorts videos. So I think Lori really picked up a great tip there, but thank you for sharing that with us. Video Leap is what they were using, and CapCut is an idea as well. Gary V, for those of you who follow Gary Vaynerchuk, recommended a long time ago, one of the things anybody could do, especially if you have like a variety channel, or not even just here on YouTube, the other social networks, is just whatever trends come out, just add yourself in. You know, so if there's a news story like a, you know, who knows, President Biden holding some kind of a thing, just put your picture in there, or write something, or replace his face with yours and make it, or something like that. And there's lots of different ways we can do that with celebrities and things like that. You don't want to take content that you don't own. You have to be very careful about that. But I'm talking about just copying the trends that are out there. Things like CapCut allow that to happen. So Corinne's Life is up right now. She's a dear friend, has been for about 3 years. She's here as a member and a moderator. She brings us a channel that encompasses everything that is Corinne's life. She could be cooking, she could be cleaning, she could be working, she could be taking us outdoors on an adventure, she might be traveling, and she's a small business owner that prints just about everything that can be printed. Hats, shirts, mugs, like the one I'm actually holding in my hand, vinyl stickers, Christmas ornaments, and all kinds of other things. So it's wonderful we can use this creator to see how the merchandise is made with a behind-the-scenes look, but also use them as a resource when it comes time for us to think about merchandise for our own channels and videos as well. So I hope everybody will connect with Corinne's life. She does live streams frequently, also giving us a chance to get to know her, and with a lot of StreamYard panels. She hops in on other people's channels as well. She's got one shorts video that's still killing it, 8,900 views on this, and it's still moving actually. She just put this up, I think she said 2 months ago. Forgive me, she just texted me on Instagram. And then some more shorts, one breakout, over 77,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams, like I said, are occasional on the channel, but she's got lots of StreamYard panels and hops in with other creators as well. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Cabaret Gaming is up right now. The first thing I'm going to do is look at their shorts. So sometimes we don't get a lot of views right away, but then this creator does have a couple that have really killed it. So look at this. Yeah, 15,000, 28,000, 34,000. There's another system. I forget if it's called Opus, and forgive me for being mistaken, but there's a system out there, and what I'll do is I'll double check what it is, and I'll mention it again so that everybody can catch that as an idea. And what you can do is take your videos from YouTube, you plug them in, and it picks out some very engaging moments for you to cut shorts out. It basically does it for you. That might be an idea, and I understand that shorts sometimes do really well for gaming channels. So 1,900 subscribers here. Cabaret Gaming mixes up the gameplay with video, shorts, and live streams. They always give you a warm welcome when you catch them in the stream. I've caught them many times. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a stream coming up tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact, in about 11 hours from now-ish, or am I way off on that? 9 hours from now. But they mix up the gameplay. Lots of different games on their channel. They've just been doing some Grand Theft Auto lately. Cabaret Vlogs is a second channel from this creator where they bring us tips, tricks, tech, tutorials, from the same creator behind Cabaret Gaming. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. 3 months ago, Corinne's Life says, was that video, but it's still moving consistently. She's got that line in the analytics that's going straight like this. That just means it's not even expecting to stop anytime soon. Shorts on Cabaret Vlogs have gotten into over 500 views already, and they bring us a lot of helpful tech-based videos on their channel. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them there. 334 subscribers, and we'd love to push them towards the 400 they're thinking about. Thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We always try to get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. I'm going to let this stream run for an extra 3 minutes so that everybody can clean up their connections here. We'll be back on Saturday and Sunday, or we expect to, I should say. And I do appreciate, again, every moment everybody can spend. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the way out, and give everybody you see a thumbs up everywhere you go. Canadian Family Life is here with almost 1,600 subscribers. They come to us from New Brunswick. This is Tiffany. Her husband just started a channel as well, so we'll look at that in a brief second. She's got monetization happening, so super chats and memberships available on the channel. A new video, another food bank haul. She brings these to us frequently, along with a little bit of variety, some mail call videos, some garden updates. She also does some live streams and hops in on a lot of other people's StreamYard panels as well, which is great to see. She's got some shorts. Some of these have gotten into 1,200 and 1,400 views. One of them over 2,400. And when we look at Canadian Family Life Hubby, she will have her husband's channel. They've just started. Oh, and they misspelled this. They'll fix that after. There it is, Canadian Family Life Hubby. I usually don't do that. I'm going to subscribe right away. I'm just going to take their latest video, though. I'll put that in my watch later list. That will give me a chance after the live stream today to go through my watch later list, watch that video in full, leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of the video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well. So they don't miss our further live stream. So thank you, everybody, again for the time that you spent. We got 3 more minutes, and then we'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Thank you to our moderators, especially for going into such late hours. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.